We interrupt what you're watching right now to bring you this exciting story.
It's the dance and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the pledge of allegiance on the 4th of July. It's some handwritten letters from home. It's some sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. It's in red, white, and blue. Lay down, he's alive. It's in red, white, and blue. 40 stars and stripes. Hey. From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop. And his 18th birthday was the day he was born. It's the red, white, and blue. Lay down, he's alive. It's the red, white, and blue. 40 stars and stripes. It's the red, white, and blue. Stand on the front line. It's the red, white, and blue. Pay the ultimate price. Oh. He was the man on wheels when he was born. His family is proud but torn. But if you know him, you will understand. He was raised on how to be brave, just to see the flags you wave. And then he came home with all he wanted. It's Mr. Red, White, and Blue. Lay down his life. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. For these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. Stand on this red line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. He'll pay the ultimate price. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. Lay down his life. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. For these stars and stripes. March in line. March in line. Hey. Hey.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good evening, Erie County. What an interesting day today was. I woke up, Brendan went off to work, said hello, and it's white outside. I mean, come on, let's stop the shenanigans and let's just get on with spring. We got stuff to do. We got yards to mow and rake and sticks to pick up, and we got politicking to do. It's no fun doing in the snow if you don't have to. So yeah, I'm telling you, Gwen, Lance, Stan, Linda, Joe. We got go down the list. A lot of people. Josh, Stan, April. I'm gonna make sure I say hello to everybody. If I don't say hello, don't take it personally. The show starts to take off, and it's hard to catch up with all the text messages. But yeah, a lot of things going on. It is definitely an exciting time to be alive. We are just, literally, I'm not kidding you. I think I took an hour nap today because the winning and the winning and the winning is it is just amazing. We're getting things done. Unfortunately, we took a loss in Pennsylvania today. We were hoping that we would be able to retain that seat, but nope, they flipped it to a D. Um, so Terry, thanks for coming in. So what's the lesson learned here? That was 480 some votes. And Matthew, sorry. Yeah, listen, at the price of meat, chopped liver, that's a good thing. Shh, don't be so sensitive. No, I'm kidding. I didn't see it pop in the room. I just saw you just say hi, so you know. But that was a little bit of a little bit of a black eye. We should have been able to retain that seat. The Democrats shouldn't have been able to flip it. But what is the lesson here? Hi, Tina. Uh, what's the lesson? The lesson here is let's not drop our guard. We came off of a good win on the state races, and we really had to pay attention to these local races. And the Democrats are pissed. They are really pissed off. So they're going to be motivated. They're going to spend money, and they're going to get people out and vote. And again, we lost by 480 votes. So that was not. It's not catastrophic. It's a bummer, and we'll be fine. We will heal. But when it comes down to party lines, that's where it's going to hurt us, and that's where we really wanted to retain that back to an R seat. The numbers in Pennsylvania are looking pretty good. If um, someone wants to put some numbers up, I know the numbers have are sliding red, which is good because I think a lot of people are really tired of this. I see, Josh Shapiro spends $1 million on his social media. Aren't you supposed to be governing the state and not making TikTok videos? And this is what the trend of the Democrats are doing lately. Uh, yeah, they were. You're right, Matt, and that's exactly what we're gonna have. It's gonna happen if we don't pay attention. That's how we lost our races. Nobody paid attention. Nobody got out and ran. Democrats just did it just a little bit better than we did, and they won. And if we don't keep the fight up, it's gonna be a repeat. And then I'm gonna sit back and say, I told you so. And I don't want to hear about it because we pushed and we pushed, we do the show and we talk and we go out on the street, we get people registered to vote, we do everything we can. We interact with the local media, blah, blah, blah. And if I can't get you folks to get out and vote, what good does that do? And I know the I know, hi Tina. I know the fact that the mail-in ballots are still an issue. They're still in play. Don't think that they've magically gone away. They're not. And of course, leave it to Erie County Council Board of Election, Democrat controlled, to screw it up. Now they've had to lick their wounds and take that one. They're not using the Ohio company this year. They're using a New York company, of course, shipping the stuff out of a state. Go figure. But at least it'll be not the same company that really screwed it up last year. We still have to consider mail-in ballots. I mean, there's still, until we can get rid of the governor, change the direction of the state, we're stuck with these things. We really are literally stuck with them. Yeah. Oh, trust me, Josh. Trust you me. That I've got videos, and if you look on the screen, over here, right here, these are the videos that we've got in queue on my left, far left here, and she's in there. Don't worry. Hot Wheels. Ha! But it's an issue of where these mail-in ballots are still in play. The Democrats are going to play them hard, and they're going to push very, very hard. And we have to push back harder, because if not, we're going to lose these midterms, and and we're going to lose these, and then we're going to be stuck in the mud, and nothing will get done. Right now, that's why I think Trump and the gang are really pushing hard coming out of the gate to get this stuff done. because they know if the midterms slide just, a handful of votes, we don't have control anymore. So this is no time to sit back and relax. Well, it's snowing out, so you can sit back and relax a little bit. But it's time to put it in gear. Let the clutch out. For you people know what clutches are, and we need to really work hard on this because we have to win these races. These races are really important ones. We've got, I know we had a list out that didn't encompass everybody. That was just a quick reference, so everybody could just kind of see what we were, where we're talking about, and where these races are going to be really important. We got a lot of JP races running around here. Here's that quick list. Again, this is just a quick list. I know, we didn't put the supervisor race in there. We're limited space. We talked about the, up in Summit. That's going to be a really close primary up there to watch. So, and then of course, we've got all these county runs going. We got county council seats up and ready to go. They're primarying Jim Wynorski, which we knew that because they censured him for, I don't know, voting his conscience and not the party line. So yeah, we got it. There's no time to sit back and relax. Other than that, man, I tell you what, I don't know what the problem is with Texas. I mean, I've heard so much good things about Texas, and it's got a huge business. It's business friendly. They got a great governor, and there lies the problem. The Democrats hate Governor Abbott. Now, while we're speaking of hating the governor, I think, Brenda, we've got some videos that kind of discuss Miss Jasmine. What's up with the name Jasmine? I don't get that. Why are Jasmines a pain in the backside? And I want to say hi to all the Democrat implants that are in here watching the show. I get calls all the time. Hey, Brian, the Democrats are watching your show. That's fine. More the merrier. Like I said, thank you for helping me make some more money because we make a couple bucks. The more people that come in, the more views we get, the more money we get. And then what that does, that pays the royalties to the music we have to use because we have to pay the royalties to the music. So our artists make their money, and that's fine. We don't. That's the way she rolls. So Brenda, video, please.
Because we in these hot ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot ass mess, honey. So yes.
Now, Governor Abbott was injured when a tree fell on him. He was out running. I think he was like 20 years old. He was just a young guy, and he was out running, and a tree limb fell on him and injured him. And he's been in a wheelchair ever since. So here is the member of the Party of Tolerance poking fun at a patriot that has served his life helping the people of Texas, and she comes off like she's just one of the girls, like the girl looked next door. No, she came from a life of privilege. Goes do some research on her private schools and her private colleges. She's an attorney. She should know better. But here she is just taking a swipe at a governor that's in a wheelchair, that isn't afraid. If you ever watch him on the news, like if he's out on the border wall, nobody's pushing him. Nobody's pushing him. He moves that. He could be in an electric chair. He chooses not to. He's in a chair, and he pushes that with his own arms. So here's this self-righteous Democrat from the Party of Tolerance, Love, and Joy, and accepting people from different, ways of life and people with disabilities. But yeah, unless you're a Republican, then they really, really come after you. So, Brenda, go ahead. I know we got a lot of videos tonight, so go ahead and play the next one.
At 26, and you were jogging, and you had a very severe injury, and yes, you are in a wheelchair, and I've gotten to know you. You're a personal friend of mine. I take it personally when friends of mine are attacked viciously for no reason, and there's no way in hell that this woman and her ex-post is going to convince me she meant anything other than what we all believe it to be. Your reaction?
Well, Sean, is another day and another disaster by the Democrats. The reality is they have no vision, no policy. They have nothing to sell but hate. And Americans are not buying it. It's one reason why Texas is going to remain red and why Republicans are going to continue to win elections across the country. The fact, Sean, is that Texas is actually in direct contrast to what she was talking about. Texas has ranked #1 for the most new jobs in America over the past month, #1 for the most new jobs over the past year and for several years. Texas ranks #1 for the most new economic development projects for 13 years in a row. CEOs who run businesses have ranked Texas the best state for doing business for 20 years in a row. And Texas is in the vanguard as it concerns the future of the United States, such as space exploration, such as artificial intelligence, such as semiconductors, as well as power generation. The bottom line is that Republican states like Texas are leading the way, and with comments like this by Democrats, we will just leave them in the dust in future elections.
Yeah, Matt had a really good comment there. Has anybody ever seen Jasmine in older videos? She's prim, she's proper, very reserved, without the urban twist. That Matt, you nailed it right out of the park. I did see several interviews about her when she was running for office, and she's just all primed and proper and spoke very perfect English. Now she's there, she is dumbing it down so people think she's from their neck of the woods, and she's not. She's from a life of privilege. And it's so funny about you got AOC and that party out there talking about taking money and people should pay their fair share. Both of them together and have a net worth over $30 million. So don't buy their bullshit. But that's the problem with that side of the aisle, is they're buying into it. Oh yeah, the rich need to pay their fair share. You haven't produced or made one thing in your life. Either one of them have done anything like the guy that builds, rocket ships. But then they're trying to make him the bad guy. And we got videos about that too. But it's just the point of, they're the rich need to pay their fair share. I forget, maybe Harrison can do it. How much Elon actually pays in taxes. He's like, well, he probably doesn't pay any. Trust me, everybody in this room could put their incomes together and still not even scratch the surface of what he pays in taxes. So yeah, nice try. But yeah, Kim just popped in here. Sorry, she was late. She was in a call with Mike Kelly's office. We get that. It's no problem. We can adapt and we overcome. You call in, you don't call in. And it's no big deal. But again, we were just kind of going over the Jasmine thing, and what a great, Jody, thanks for coming in. And yeah, ridiculous. So Brenda, go ahead. I know we got tons of stuff to pick on Jasmine with. It's just today is he pays billions. Oh, I know that, and I get that. So yeah, Brenda, go ahead, throw another video up.
Democrats once again appearing to endorse threats against Republicans, this time from Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett.
I think that you punch. I think you punch. I think you're okay with you okay with punching. But like, it's Ted Cruz. I mean, like, this dude has to be knocked over the head, like, hard, right? Like, there is no niceties with him.
Fox News contributor and senior writer for the Washington Examiner, Joe Concha, joins us now. Joe, good morning to you. So Axios had a piece yesterday claiming that Democrats are in a deep, dark hole with no party leader and the lowest favorability rating ever. And comments like this from Jasmine Crockett talking about punching, whether verbal or otherwise, certainly doesn't help that cause.
Yeah, Carly, I mean, Jasmine Crockett in the past few days has called for Elon Musk to be, quote, taken down. She wants that as a present for her birthday. Then, as you just played, advocating punching opponents like Ted Cruz has to be knocked over the head, like, hard. Lest we forget there were, 2 assassination attempts on Donald Trump's life last year? One that, if he didn't turn very hard to the right, he would have been assassinated on national television. This sort of rhetoric cannot stand. But I guess this is what gets you on CNN, MSNBC, and wherever she was being interviewed on that particular clip yesterday. She is booked all the time because she says says things like this, so I guess expect it to continue. But if you're a responsible network, you would say, all right, we can't put somebody on this that's advocating violence against her opponents, but that's exactly what's happening. That's what gets rewarded, and that's a shame.
Yeah, she went on to say that, no, I'm not inciting violence in any way, shape, or form. What do you make of that sort of, I can't even call it a walk-back attempt, that attempt at a walk-back?
It's not. It's look. It's a wink, wink, nod, nod. That of course I'm not advocating. Just like when Jimmy Kimmel said last week, like, please don't go out and vandalize Teslas, and kind of like smiles and gives a wink to the camera. That's all that is. This is exactly. She knows what she's doing. And when we saw that poll come out last week, which Democrat espouses Democrat values most, they asked Democratic voters. She came in fourth behind AOC and Bernie Sanders. So she's right up there as far as being front and center. And some Democratic voters like this stuff, the extreme ones anyway. And I guess that's her game plan to continue to appeal to the crazies.
Meanwhile, Joe, Bill Maher, the popular liberal commentator, recently announced that he's going to the White House to meet with President Trump. And he was discussing his plans with comedian Andrew Schultz, and even provided some insight on what he's going to wear to the White House. Listen to this.
That's my model for meeting Trump. It's like, be respectful, which he deserves. He won not one, but twice. Like, funny, my girl said to me, what are you going to wear? I said, I'm not going to dress like Zelensky.
Not a Lululemon outfit.
It's not going to be a black T-shirt.
Zelensky pulled up looking like a yoga
instructor. Not going to be a black T-shirt, man. Yeah. I am wearing a suit and tie.
He's wearing a suit and tie, no black T-shirt. And Joe, at one point, even Andrew Schultz and Bill Maher, they both agreed that Donald Trump's willingness to sit down and talk to anybody is one of the reasons he won the election. At one point, Donald Trump even had a $5 million lawsuit against Bill Maher out. Now they're going to be having a nice conversation at the White House together.
Yeah, Carly, liberals are quite upset on social media that Bill Maher will be meeting with President Trump. But this is why his show makes news every week, why we usually play clips on it on Fox and Friends Weekend or on this show. It's interesting because he does talk to people like Trump, Bill Maher does, that he may not agree with. And Bill Maher has largely become the voice of reason on the Democrat.
Yeah, and he's actually a pretty funny comedian. And you know what? He'll take a poke at himself. He'll take pokes at Democrats. He takes pokes at Republicans. I mean, everybody. So this guy is not a big fan of Trump. No way, shape, or form. But here he's willing to sit back and say, I'll have a conversation with the guy. He'll come back to his show, and of course he'll throw some pokes at him. But that's the way it's supposed to be. We don't run around threatening, people need to be hit over the head, or we don't make fun of them because the gentleman is the governor is in a wheelchair. But this is just standard operations from the playbook of the left. Just be nasty, be negative, drill down, and keep drilling down. And like you said, the crazies absolutely get it. You were online, sir.
But this is just standard.
You need.
Hello?
Hey, you're there.
Hey.
Yeah, if you're listening to radio, you got to turn it down because it's delayed.
You know what? I just put it on mute, and I told Tina that when I talk to you, I'm not going to have it playing in the background because then I sound like I have an echo, and I'm not drunk, so
no,
I know I'm not hearing things.
So how you been, sir?
Pretty good, sir. Listen, I want to report some good news on our end.
Lay it on me, brother.
You were right all along about these people will go through any kind of means to cheat, discredit, or do anything they can to try to take away a fair race.
Oh, absolutely.
But you know what? We caught these SOBs. They try to put a plant. They try to put a plant to go up against Matthew Thomas, who's running as a mayoral candidate. They try to put this plant in. Now, I don't want to throw out names if that's okay, but I just want to say that they put this plant in, and he got discovered. And when he got discovered, he basically contacted, our people. And our people contacted him, and basically told him, hey, we know what you did. We know that your signatures are bogus and you need to drop out of the race. He's like, I'm not dropping out of the race. If you want me to drop out of the race, pay me $20,000.
Get out of town.
Yes.
So you give me $20,000, I'll get out of the race. Wow.
Exactly. But
Yep.
here's the funny part. We called his bluff. Okay. We said, okay, you know what? No problem. You want to go to court? So be it. We'll serve you the papers. We'll see you in court. He comes to court, okay, has no witnesses, doesn't have a game plan, doesn't even have the proper, in other words, the proper proof that he was supposed to be in a race, and all he had claimed was signatures. Okay. So to make a long story short, between my wife and between the other members that were there in court that day, we exposed him. We made him look like a total fool in front of the judge. And he had 104 signatures. 13 of them were null and void, meaning that they're no good. And you got to have at least 100 signatures to get on the ballot.
Wow.
So, the judge is like, listen, you didn't come to court prepared. I'll give you kudos. I'll give you that you came here by yourself to represent yourself. But big mistake, because Matthew Thomas is an attorney.
Right.
And Matthew Thomas ate him up. I mean, if we could have had an audience there, I would have been serving tickets at the door and offering popcorn, because it's better than the best movie of the week. Believe me, we made this guy look like such a fool. So to make a long story short, he's history. The judge came back with the judgment, said he's out. So now we have Matthew Thomas running as a mayoral candidate on the Republican side.
Good.
Only.
Good
so
guy.
That's a big victory for us.
Well, and I thank you for sharing that. And that's what we're here to do, is to share and get this information out. It sits on social media and people watch it and they come back later. And,
Absolutely.
We got let's see here. We got people. Yeah, we got all the channels are lit up. That's good. People are coming in all over the place. But this is why I've tried to tell you people, they're going to lie, they cheat, and they steal. And then they sit there and they point their fingers at us and say, this violence, this Tesla thing. There was I didn't get the video. As a black gentleman, big black gentleman, took a go-kart style thing and was ramming it into side of Teslas.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen something about that. But what they don't realize is that these Teslas are like basically home surveillance systems. They got video cameras and all kinds of stuff. So they're just gonna bust themselves. I mean, these people are just they're beyond morons. They're so far gone. I don't know if it's in their water or what they eat, but the bottom line is, they're going to get caught, because now they're basically being called domestic terrorists,
and they should be.
So that's going to be another thing that they're going to have to deal with, is the fact that, you know what, you're going to get busted. Well, you're going to have to pay the price. But real quick, Brian, I just wanted to make another quick point. Okay.
Go ahead. No, you're fine.
Okay. I'm just going to repeat this verbatim. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and I will and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter. So help me God.
I've probably said it once or twice in my career,
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, here's my point. These people that are out there causing all this violence, promoting all of this hate, putting up all these lies, using the legacy media as a weapon rather than a tool, have all violated their oath of office. Every single last one of them. And this Jasmine Crockett character, let me tell you something. She thinks she's down. She's pulling the same playbook as Kamala Harris. She's trying to act like she's down. She's trying to act like she's a poor girl. She's trying to act like she's down with the cause. You know what? Nobody believes you. Nobody cares about you. You're going to get censured. And when you get censured, you're going to be unheard of, just like the rest of them. Just like Bowman, he was starting to bark on CNN. Who cares about him, the buddy? Go work at Walmart. And don't be a greeter, because if I see you at the front door, I'll probably want to punch you dead in your face.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
Line.
See, now there you go. As a big, mean Republican, you all you care about is violence. But see, Yeah, but you'll be held to a different standard because trust me, like look at
Of
those
course.
those
Oh,
guys
of
on
course.
Shank's show. They're talking about violence. Doesn't matter
Of
that
course.
they set half the country on fire during Black Lives Matter. That's okay,
Exactly.
and that's okay
Exactly.
because that was
Exactly.
social justice.
Exactly. And I want to make one last point
Go ahead.
about this signal thing. It's not as big as a deal
I know
as
that.
the Democrats are making it. But I will say this. I will say this. In all honesty, I want to know who put that Goldberg guy into that position to be able to hear anything, because that guy Goldberg is the one that basically put out the lies about Trump, calling the soldiers suckers and losers,
Yep.
about the whole Russia gate, about all about not wanting to pay for that soldier's funeral, saying that Trump complained about a $60,000 funeral. Are you serious? Trump could give $1 million out of his pocket to somebody and say, you know what, God bless you, go in and live a good life. He doesn't have to worry about $60,000.
Yeah,
So
I
this
get
idiot,
it.
this Momo, this moron, this complete and utter moron, Goldberg, okay, he should be put up against some kind of court, because you know what, this is a podcast, right? And people are coming in tonight. They're being put in, from time to time. But the bottom line is this: if you said something wrong, or if you heard something wrong, as a patriot, as someone that lives in this country and lives and breathes on the defense of these people that you're going after, wouldn't you think, you know what? I'm not going to put this out there, because really nobody gives, and excuse my language, a shit about the Atlantic editorial. Okay. So the bottom line is, as a person that lives in this country that can benefit from the defense that these people fight for every single day, why the hell are you doing that? Why are you sabotaging the place where you live? If you hate the country, leave the country.
Oh no, that makes too much sense. Because they can't get away with this crap in a foreign country. It's just like lady was holding a gay flag, gays for Palestine. Go
Try
back.
doing that in Gaza. Go
Oh
ahead.
God,
I
yeah.
dare you to go there with your gay flag at Gaza. They're gonna say, "Oh, we got a penthouse apartment we'd like to show you," and they're gonna throw you right off of it.
Oh, absolutely, because it's a
With
sin
your
in the
flag. They'll
Quran.
say, "Don't worry, your flag,
Yeah.
you can use it as a parachute
Yeah.
from 100 feet up in the air."
No, I get it. You're right, but see, that's the thing. They come here, they embrace the freedoms of the flag, of our flag, and our privileges, and then they don't follow the rules. It's just like the Biden administration. They allowed these terrorists, domestic terrorists, to just be domestic terrorists, didn't hold them accountable. Now there's a new sheriff in town. These domestic terrorists, you're here as a privilege, you're on a visa, bye. And then just because you're here, you do not have the privileges of the US Constitution. You are not a citizen. We the people. You have
And one last point, and this is my final point, and I'm going to get off because I know you got
That's
a
all
lot
right.
of things to do. But real quick, I called Columbia University yesterday, and I spoke to somebody in their administration office, and I told them, I said, as a concerned citizen, your school is a disgrace. The fact that you're even talking about, defending this Khalil character when he's out there singing Antifada and all this other bullshit about death to America, and you're going to try to defend him? Well, guess what? We took your money, but the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of all these clowns. We're going to send them the F back where they came from, and we're going to put real kids that want to go to school and learn something. Because when I last checked to go to Columbia, it's not like they're just going to pick you off the street.
Oh no. And why? Why are you and me and we the taxpayers spending $400 million to subsidize these radical crazy people?
Exactly.
These people come here and they just laugh their asses off. They're like, ha ha ha, we're getting an education. We can burn, loot, steal, do whatever we want, and no one's gonna say a word to us. Oh, I'm sorry. That chapter has closed.
Absolutely. Listen, man, I'm going to get going,
That's
but
all
listen,
right.
God bless.
Thanks, brother.
Erie. God bless everybody out there. We're in this fight. You got Spartan blood right here talking.
I know.
100% Spartan blood. I ain't going to stop fighting. I will never back down from a fight. I will defend your honor. I will defend my friends, and I will defend my wife. And that's all I got to say. God bless Erie. Let's turn it red. Let's kick their damn asses.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I'm out. Woo! That's what I'd like how we start the evening off. A nice feisty caller, but it's the truth. You know, if there's not anything that wasn't true there, prove me wrong. So that's why we do the show. Exactly right there, here and now. That way, you, the people, have a voice that we can discuss. It might not be a million people, but you know what? It's starting to spread. Brendan and I sat on the couch tonight discussing jumping over to Signal. Kim and I talked about it. Speaking of which, hi, Kim, you're live.
Well, hello. I hope everybody's doing well this evening.
Oh, everyone's feisty tonight, boy.
Woo! I heard that. Heard that. Well, I just wanted to let everybody know, that I'm getting really tired of people picking on Mike Kelly. I'm getting really sick of this.
Yeah.
They're saying that, they're cutting Social Security.
They're not.
They're not cutting Social Security. I want to make that very clear. They're getting rid of the fraud in Social Security.
We know.
As a matter of fact, last year, $78.1 billion was spent on fraudulent Social Security payments.
Yeah.
You know,
we get it. But the problem is the left doesn't want to hear it because all they hear is cut. And that's all they're going to drill down. See, cut. They said cut. Yes. That's why I played that skeleton video last week as a funny ha-ha that Civil War veterans are getting their Social Security benefits cut. Right. Because there's nobody over the age of 200, 150 that should be getting Social Security because I think you've gone to the next level.
Right.
Not being mean.
And you know what? And you know what? These people out there protesting him, why would he want to give any federal funds to a city that won't even let him come here?
Yeah, he just got reelected, folks. You know what if just showing up the new mugs that Brendan did while we're talking. There's an old saying, don't bite the hand that feeds you. He's been reelected. He's got that seat for a couple years now. And you know what? His decisions could make or break the city of Erie. Now, they slammed on Dan Laughlin. And what did he do? He brought us Chris. And it's going to change Erie. Thank you, Jesus. Unless the only problem with Chris is you just wait. And mark my words, remember this conversation. Wait till the politics get involved. Now it's going to get screwed up.
And that, I'm so glad you brought that up. That's why we have to have a change to the city council. We have to put a freeze on these 2,000 nonprofits. They should not get their hands anywhere near this CRIS money because CRIS is specifically made for businesses, not for these nonprofits. Now, I'm not saying there's not some good nonprofits out there. There absolutely is. But a majority of these nonprofits are only out to feed themselves and the administration that's running them.
Oh, you mean so they can pay themselves 140, 50 like Perry Wood and DEI, these guys running around making over $100,000 to give away your money. I did it for 53 cents an hour. Thank you very much.
Right. So we need to have a committee, a Doge committee, go through, check out these nonprofits, and the ones that are not doing any good, they need to have their nonprofit status pulled.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. And, and that's the problem. There is no oversight. It's the, it's like the wolf watching the chicken coop, the fox watching the chicken coop, the possum's watching the chicken coop. And it's just a good old boy. Look at the chain of command of the entities in the city of Erie. It's all the same players. This one sits on that board. That one sits on this board. That one was on that board. This one circled back around on that board 2 weeks ago or 6 months ago, or the husband or the son or something. It's so one-sided nepotism. No wonder we're stuck in the mud. And we are stuck in the mud. But then here comes the Republicans trying to bring it out of this mud pile. And, they up and down Dan Laughlin. He has put more money in the Erie School District than any senator in Erie County history. And, Mike Kelly, do I agree with him everything? No. Do I agree with everything Dan does? No. But you know what? At the end of the day, I go, okay, maybe I was looking at 50 yards and he was up here looking at 100 yards. And then when we brings that money in here, boy, I tell you what, the Democrats are sure up there rubbing elbows with him when it's time for the grip and grins for Chris. But by God, when it was election time, motherfucker, Democrats, Republicans, blah, blah, Laughlin, blah, 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 Jimmy Wirtz, blah, blah, blah. They are hypocrites. And
absolutely,
we can't shake that.
Well, and I had a question for you. Okay, Trump is getting rid of the Department of Education, wants the money to go back to the states.
Right.
Now, if that's the case, then I suppose all this extra money that we've been paying in school district tax, I don't see why we have to pay it anymore.
Oh, don't you think that'll ever go away? Trust me. Well, it's the same thing with Perry Wood up at ECRA. You know, we give grant money away all the time. We get paid 53 cents an hour. We don't spend $500,000 when we do it. His salary, the rental of that property up there, and his staff, and his trips, and his Amazon, and
and his education. Don't forget his education.
We can't forget about how the taxpayers paid his PhD. But by God, he's going to turn, the Erie County great again, because Brenton Davis does nothing but sit up on the 5th floor, which is a bold-faced lie. Perry Wood. That is a lie. We talk about him on the show all the time. I've got photographs that we've done on the show all the time of him out there shoveling snow during a blizzard, repairing handicap ramps. I didn't see Perry Wood out doing anything other than holding a check in the air that gets paid $150,000 a year to do. So don't buy his bullshit.
I don't want Erie County. I don't want Brenton to sit in the 5th floor all the time. I want him out there. He's traveling, going and making the big deals to bring more business to the Erie County. I don't want a guy that sits in his office all day.
Where was he today? He was in Crawford, I think Crawford County, or Corey, or he was down south at one of the high school trades schools. He was, I don't know. Here's a guy in a suit running a saw. Now, does Dr. Perry Wood do that? Hell no.
He probably don't even know how to turn it on.
He stands there with a paper check and look at me. Yeah, it must be nice to get paid all that money to sit in an office up at Penn State Barron and give our tax dollars what it should be helping our senior citizens with their taxes. But no, they spend $500,000. And the minute the county council asked for an audit, he threw his hands up. Nope, not doing it. We had to get the state involved to pull an audit on him before he would listen. So don't buy his bullshit. He is nothing but a bad used car salesman, and he's good at it, unfortunately, because, he makes a lot of friends. Oh, yeah. Hey, you're giving checks away in Northeast and in Corey, and he gives checks to people. He gives money to people that don't even exist in Erie County, which will come out in the audit, but I had a little bird tell me that one. So, you know what? To sit there, he doesn't come out of his office. You know what? I hate to do this, and I wasn't going to do it. Yesterday was the Medal of Honor. We honored the 3 Erieites that were Medal of Honor winners. Now, Joe Bonacci invited me down. I always go down. Anything that the Soldiers and Sailors Home needs, we do. We go down there. We do the funerals when we lose a soldier. Well, guess who showed their faces up for the first time in an event at this? Let's see. The Democrat chairman, Sam Tallarico. He's never been to these events. He's never been to one of these events in his life. And here comes Perry Wood with that stupid smile. Like, why are you here?
Why was he there?
Because he's up for election. He wants to, and then of course
he wants to be seen. Please tell me he didn't talk.
No, they didn't have a speaking role. And then of course, now I'll give Campanelli this one. He did show up. He's a veteran. I get it. He's never been to these events. I've never seen him at these events. Ever. No. Ever. The one Democrat that I will defend because I look at the truth. Kyle Faust was there. He shows up to all these events. His dad was a World War II veteran. So Kyle does come to these events. I will give him that. He does show up to these things rather frequently. but I found it disgusting that here comes the Democrat squad to the Medal of Honor ceremony, and they haven't showed their faces at anything. Now it's time for election. They show up. I wanted to throw up. I was so disgusted.
But what have they given to the
Nothing.
veterans? What have they given?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Talarico's standing there like, I'm like, what is he doing here? Oh, that's right. It's election time, and he has to be somebody important. Dude, just go stand in the corner and shut up. Let the veterans.
I have never seen them at any of these events for veterans. I haven't ever seen them at any other events for veterans.
These Democrats are fake and hypocrites, and they show up for a photo op. But Bretton Davis doesn't come off the 5th floor. Bullshit. I call bullshit Perry Wood double bullshit.
Listen, if it weren't for Bretton Davis, my house would still probably be covered underneath snow.
I know that. And he
6 days in the city, 6 days in the city, no plow had come by my house. I had to finally text Bretton. And within 30 minutes, here comes a plow and a freaking bulldozer. Thank you, Bretton.
How about that? And it's not even his jurisdiction, but city council. I didn't see city council come out and help dig out our fire hall when it was the roof was collapsing. I saw a lot of people from the county, that came down there. The Erie County deputies came down in uniform and shoveled snow. There was Bretton Davis up on the roof, no hat, no gloves. We had to find him a hat. We had to find him gloves. He was out doing something else. And the day those poor folks got stuck up on I-90 at 4:00 in the morning, did I see Dr. Perry Wood handing out orange juice? No. Bretton Davis was up loading a trailer full of cots and blankets and wheelchairs and drove an hour to get him to us. So don't give me your bullshit. Oh, he sits up on your 5th floor and does nothing. What did you do, Perry? Nothing.
Exactly. And I'll give you another one. Here I am outside trying to find a path to go to my car. The snow is up. I'm short like Brenda. The snow is up past me. Here comes a police car. He actually stopped and was helping me shovel. An Erie policeman. But yet, county council doesn't want to give him any money. I was going to curse, but I decided not to. Doesn't want to give them any of their overtime money. But here they are helping stranded drivers, helping people shovel. But heaven forbid we give them the benefits that they deserve.
Right. Oh, yeah. Don't pay them.
Yeah.
They're not asking for gold covered, handcuffs. They're just want to get paid. And, so it's all bullshit. It's all politics. The Democrat Party is done. They're dying. And they're doing everything they can to flail around in this pond of the swamp to try to survive. And that just when I read that about Perry Wood saying that, Davis doesn't come off the 5th floor. Yeah. Okay, Perry, what have you done?
Right.
Show me a picture. Show me a picture while you were at work doing something for the community other than stand around and hand out tax dollars to a nonprofit. But come on the show. Come on. Put my number up there. Call up Perry. Tell me what you've done for this community other than your job that you get paid well over $150,000 a year to do. And this is why it pisses me off, because they're just going to drill down on him and they're going to drill. Oh, we just came off the 5th floor.
Well, and that's why it's so important for everybody to get out and vote these smaller elections. They just had that special election. Okay?
I know. We talked about it while you weren't here.
Yeah. And you know what, guys and girls, if the Republican nominee had won that special election, it could have really helped out with the next governor's race, and we could have gotten rid of these mail-in ballots.
It would have set the stage, but again, they had a low turnout rate, and they capitalized on the mail-in ballots. It's the same old story, the same old song and dance. But everyone's like, "Oh yeah, look at what we did. We got this country." No, we do not. We have the reins. Now we have to kind of we have to steer it.
Erie County is 46% red, guys and girls, but you know what? We got to keep going. We got to fight hard, because I'm telling you what, this next election could determine your next tax increase. Because I'm telling you what, if we don't take city council, you're going to get a tax increase. You're probably going to get some more fees attached to that as well. If we don't take county council, you're going to definitely get another tax increase if they can even figure it out. You know, if Brenton doesn't get reelected, hey, it's game over. I'm telling y'all now. So please, please, please encourage your family and your friends to vote. If you guys need somebody to change their voting status, we can certainly help you with that. You know, Brian's got the QR code, you know, it's a matter of just scanning that and have them do it online. It's not a problem. If, you know, we're going to have people out there to give people rides to the polls if you don't want to do mail-in. You know, we're like Brian says, we're spoon feeding you guys this stuff. So please, you know, I know people are tired of hearing this, but we're going to talk about it and drill it into everybody's head until election day because it's so important. These little elections are actually more important than the big elections. So please, you know, we're imploring you. You got to get people out there to vote.
But they just don't get it. And then when they get a county council gives you a tax increase and the city of Erie fees you to death, you throw your arms up in the air and say, well, what do we do? Did you vote? Oh, no. But, you know, and kind of like segue, I got on the screen here, a Pathway to Honest Elections, Northwest Regional Event. Keynote speaker, Dr. Doug Frank, follow the data. And of course, Tony with audit the vote.
And Tony is worth the whole thing, guys and girls. Brian and Matt and I went and saw her. Boy, the data she shows you, you will be shocked.
And it was nice when I sat on council. And I was the chairman. Erie County, believe it or not, passed their audit. So all the numbers were right. There wasn't, you know, anything catastrophic, but we passed. So that's April 7th, 6 to 8 p.m. That's American Legion Post 285. That is 120 West 4th Street in Waterford, PA. April 7th.
Yeah.
6 to 8.
You're not driving to the other side of the world or anything. It's going to be very informative, you know. And one last thing, Brian, I want to let people know, you know, city council passes a lot of shady shit people don't even know about. Now they have a new one out there. As anybody who knows, who lives in the city, now we do have some bad people that leave tremendous amounts of garbage. But when it's very windy, especially on trash day, trash blows all over the city. I can go out there, clean up my whole yard. It looks gorgeous. Next day, there's a ton of trash in my yard. Well, they're going to have these people come by. They're targeting certain areas. And if there's trash in your yard, you can be fined up to $1,000. And they will put a lien on your property if you don't pay it. So, like I said, they're all about these fees. They pass a lot of stuff under the table you don't know about. So, you know, hashtag, if we don't get people elected into city council, I'm going to say it once, I'll say it twice, hashtag we told you so.
Yeah, I mean, and that's it too, you know. I was just flashing some stuff across the screen while you were talking. It's Oscar the Grouch. Being unfriended or blocked by a Democrat or liberal is like having your garbage that takes itself out.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, gee, don't
so
do
with
that.
I'm going to let you continue,
thanks.
Brian.
Appreciate it.
And Brenda, thank you for all you do. And I hope everybody has a great week. Talk to you next time.
All right. Thanks, Kim. We appreciate your boots on the ground report from that side of town. So, Brenda, you want to throw a video up? Give my
Hello, Congresswoman.
Horse manure. Well, that sounds like fun.
Wait, Congresswoman Crockett. Congresswoman Crockett, you were recently on a Tesla takedown call calling for violence on the 29th. Would you like to clarify your comments?
As you can see.
Congresswoman, will you condone violence at the Tesla?
Do you condone violence as she rips the camera out of the reporter's hands? Well, Jasmine, don't fret. The legal system is coming after you. I know you're a lawyer. You're going to need one because they did charge her, or they're filing charges, which they should. Rips the camera out. The cameraman or person wasn't blocking her way. Of course, they were trying to get her to say something. Of course, she's ignoring him. So what do? We use violence to get our point across. So yeah, I totally get that. So yeah, again, yeah, and here's so much stuff I can put up. We got to keep it real. This one is I found the other day. I said, Brenda, please make sure we get that up on the show. Yeah. When I called you Governor Hot Wheels, it had nothing to do with you being in a wheelchair. Okay, thanks for clearing that up, Representative Bold-Faced Liar. Yeah, come on, give me a break. I know that she thinks that we're dumb, white, uneducated hicks. And that's why she has dumbed down her tone with people, because she wants to be like she's one of us. No, thank you very much. And the people of Texas, if you people in Texas are watching our little show in Erie, Pennsylvania, what are you people doing? You are Texas. You're supposed to be rough and you're supposed to be tough and cowboys and oil guys and big trucks and wearing a firearm on your side as you walk down the street and save the honor of some poor damsel in distress. And that's what you vote into office? Oy vey. Thank you, Jesus. You got a good governor. That's all I'm saying. Brenda, throw a video up, please.
Now you have this Congresswoman Crockett who is calling for attacks on Elon Musk on her birthday. Let's take him out on my birthday, she says. Yet she turns and says, oh, I'm not calling for violence. Well, she is an elected public official, and so she needs to tread very carefully, because nothing will happen to Elon Musk, and we're going to fight to protect all of the Tesla owners throughout this country, and it's this basic safety. Once again, domestic terrorism is going to come to a stop in our country. Yeah, Sean, it is. And after she said that about Elon, she said, well, I didn't mean violence. But, however, your words have consequences. And what happened after she said that about Elon Musk, she's a Texan in her own home state. After she said that, this morning, 3 explosive devices were found in Austin, Texas. So she needs to unequivocally denounce the violence. She must apologize immediately, not only to all Texans, but to our country, to the American shareholders of Tesla, because she is promoting violence.
On March 29th, it's my birthday. And all I want to see happen on my birthday is for Elon to be taken down. Yes. That. And so, yeah, I'm excited to see that Elon Musk, that his money as it relates to Tesla, well, Tesla's tanking right now. And I'm okay with that. And
then you showed the clip of what she said about Senator Cruz. I believe she probably will be censured by Congress for saying that.
I think, and I love Colin, and I think towards the end he started to punch a little harder. But, it's Ted Cruz. I mean, this dude has to be knocked over the head, hard, right? There is no niceties with him, at all. You go clean off on him, right?
People don't learn. She's using her public persona, her public platform to increase her followers, to increase her significance, and she is threatening lives, safety. When she did this at Tesla, Sean, people's lives are in danger. This is America. We're in a free country. And she's yet encouraging this violence in our country. Think of all the lives that could have been jeopardized in Texas just today by her words and what she's done. But she didn't stop with that. She continued on with Senator Cruz. She has to apologize immediately and denounce the violence.
I can't make this stuff up. I could sit here and I could chit chat with y'all. We could take phone calls, but to see it right from the source of her own words, no AI, nothing's been edited. It is just the way the feed came down. And here she is promoting violence. But by God, if a Republican was to do that, woo! Man. And then did you catch that they found explosive devices? They're up in their game, boys and girls. I'm telling you. We talk about being frosty and making sure that you're paying attention. Make sure you have a good security light. Make sure you got cameras. How do you think these dumbasses are getting caught by security cameras? Because they're so stupid that they don't even realize that these Teslas are nothing but a mobile security camera. They showed a guy getting arrested. He has orange pants on, which I have no idea he had orange pants on. Scratches a Tesla. The guy got a notification. He called the police, showed the cop. The guy's walking in the parking lot. They put handcuffs on him right in the parking lot, right there, right now, for scratching a Tesla. And he's like, the cop's like, well, you know why I stopped you? I have no idea. Do you want to talk about the Tesla getting scratched? I don't know nothing about it. And he's like, pulls out the phone. Yeah, I did it. Come on, people. This is the problem. People like Jasmine are so smart. They're able to manipulate the rank and file Democrats. And they call us a cult? No, because the cult leaders are giving the marching orders and they're doing it. But Harrison, could you give me a stock quote on Tesla today? I hate to put you on the spot like that, but my understanding, it's up. So everybody that bought Tesla 2 weeks ago when it was crashing just made a fortune. So if you want to give me that, Brenda, throw up another video while he does that. Please.
He crossed the line big time, and Elon Musk is coming to get him. Jamal Bowman is a disgraced former U.S. representative. He's the guy that pulled that alarm bell, remember? Said he didn't know what it was. He thought it would just open the door for him, even though it said fire and alarm right on that red button that he ended up pulling down. Well, this guy was primaried by his own party, and he's no longer a rep, but he goes on CNN and then decides to go after Elon Musk. And what he says made Musk respond.
That's not true, and this shows, again, the American people do not trust Elon Musk. And Elon Musk is incompetent in his position. And how do we know? Because they fired tens of thousands of people. It was challenging.
Now, I'm going to pause that for just a second. This is the guy that just called a rocket scientist incompetent that pulled a fire alarm like a sixth grader. But he didn't know that it wasn't a fire alarm. So I think this is just another point of how ridiculous they have become. Pulls a fire alarm, denies it. His own party throws him out, and then he's on CNN calling him just the beginning incompetent.
In court, the court said the people have to go back, and now the people are coming back. He's incompetent. He's a thief. He's a Nazi, and people don't trust him.
Of what?
Period.
Let me just.
You heard him. He said all those words. I mean, calling somebody incompetent, that's your opinion. That's fine. Calling somebody a thief, that's defaming. He's actually saying that Elon Musk stole something. And then to call him the N-word from the Second World War, well, that's even more egregious, and that certainly could harm somebody's reputation and harm their ability to do business. So Elon Musk heard that and then responded this way: I've had enough. Lawsuit inbound. So what do you think is going to happen with this? Jamal Bowman obviously can't just defame somebody like that and get away with it. They think they can do this kind of stuff on the left because they had the power and the control of the message for so long. They seem to have forgotten that other voices are being uplifted and people are buying what we're laying down. By the way, if you're buying what I'm laying down, make sure that you're following right now. We're on the way to a big number. Also, make sure you comment, you like, and you share this. Come on.
Okay. Tesla stock is now up at 281.35. You know, Governor Timmy, that's out prancing around the country, that should be back home taking care of his screwed up state, was bragging about how it was at 220. I think he was bragging about 220 because he had a little stock gap. 281.35. Thank you, Kim. That's what Tesla's trading at. So if you bought in at about 225, you made a lot of money. So here's the Democrats again thinking they're smart, going out and vandalizing Teslas that belong to people that have been bought and paid for by probably their fellow Democrats. And then they're out burning them up. Yeah. Tesla up 12.46% percent past week. Yeah, it's up 12%. They think they're going to hurt these people, and you're making them money. So guess what? Once the Democrats figure out that this is going the wrong way, they're going to stop. You know, they're going to charge these people. They're planting explosives. This is gonna turn into the feds. It's gonna get nasty. And there was a video. I should have grabbed it. I meant to get it. There was a guy standing. He was in front of a Tesla place, and these people were like, "Boo! Don't buy a Tesla truck." He's like, "I'm a veteran, and it's because of you people I'm buying a Tesla." Trust me, if I could afford a truck, I'd buy one. I swear I was online looking at it, but a $1,500 a month truck payment is a little steep for a retired guy. And if I was like a huge radio podcast guy, I would go buy one and put my logo on it and write it off as a tax expense. But unfortunately, $1,500 a month payment is a little bit much for this guy and Brenda to handle. So yeah, unless Mr. It just makes me laugh. Excuse me. If Musk is actually someone actually is like one of his people are watching it. Could you donate a truck to me? I'll put boots on the ground all over it. I'll give you your prompts. I'll drive it around. I'll drive around with the trailers. We'll have a great time with it. And then I'll throw some emergency lights on it, and we'll run it around for the fire department too. Yeah, no, yeah. Hermit crab has more common sense than the left. Don't insult hermit crabs like that, because if you touch them, they run away. They won't do that. You got a video, Brenda?
It's embarrassing to be a conservative now.
Yeah, well, at least we know what a woman is without having to consult a biologist. And we don't need 72 pronouns to introduce ourselves. At least we don't think that climate change will be solved by banning plastic straws and then sipping out of a paper one that was just wrapped in plastic. Or calling people fascists and then demanding the government to silence them. At least we don't think that twerking in front of your kids is a brave act of resistance. And we don't need a safe space if anybody disagrees with us. At least we don't sit in our cars after we lose an election and scream and cry at our phones. We don't call for the assassination of political leaders. We know what bathroom we're supposed to use. We don't cry whenever Elon Musk buys a website, and we don't need fucking therapy if somebody says Merry Christmas. We don't need 3 layers of face masks and 5 booster shots to leave the house. We also don't think that Greta Thunberg is a climate messiah. Us conservatives, we work hard and kick ass all fucking day long.
Pardon the parlez-vous français, but I was gonna have edited up like, you know what? I don't care. This isn't the FCC. We can say those up. This is the internet. It's like the Wild Wild West show. So we try to keep it clean. We try not to do too much. So I don't think there's any kids in the room. I think we're all over the age of 18. But this is ridiculous. And that's why, we talked about, having good security lights, motion lights. Make sure you have cameras in your vehicles. You can get a camera for your video, for your car, very inexpensive. I showed you the video of a confrontation I had downtown Erie with a Democrat that basically threatened me. And if I had a body cam on it, I had the video, I played it on the screen. I know it sounds paranoid, but I'm telling you, if you don't think they hate us, they hate us. And they're crazy hate. And I don't know if that's a proper way to put that together. They're crazy hate. And I warned you guys, we were talking about this 6 months ago, right before the election came up. I said, when Trump wins, these people are going to come unglued. Hashtag, I told you so. I hate to say it, and I don't like to gloat like that. I told you so, that these people would come unglued. And it's just like this text message they're getting all wound up. There was no coordinates. There was no secret stuff in there. They literally wait for every frame of video, something to come out just to hammer down on. Just to hammer down on. Russia. They spent, $32 million and had all this trumped up crap against the president. It was fake. They proved it was fake. Russia. No. So don't buy into their crap, and it's funny, it's just, there's another video running around. The guy was standing in a train station. The girl got angry and attacked him because he had a mega hat on. He ran, she tripped and fell. I hope she's okay because we don't condone violence on this show. Another video came up. They had a table about I think it was about pro-life, and this guy that was dressed like a girl came up, attacked the tent, and had a U-shaped bicycle lock and swung and just missed the guy. Thank you, the local law enforcement. They were able to catch him that was dressed like a her and got arrested for aggravated assault. So they're not going to get away with this. They're not. That's why I say, please get a camera for your car. I know everybody has a cell phone. I get that, but sometimes they're clumsy. You can go on Amazon. I'm not promoting Amazon in any way, shape, or form. You can go to Walmart. You can get them for $50. Get a good memory card and put them in your car. Because I'm telling you, Brenda was involved in an accident. She was not at fault. The other guy lied. It went to the insurance companies. The video said, yeah, you're lying, Brenda. You're fine. We got you covered. So, I mean, it's just Stan, Trump Derangers syndrome is real and contagious. I don't think it's contagious, Stan. I'm going to just agree just a little bit with you. It's just, it gets focused on and it gets brought into the spotlight. And then the media picks up on it and fans it around, really. And it was funny that this one YouTuber was out doing a video on some protest about something. And they're like, where were you people when it's cold out? You only show up when it's warm and sunny. Like, that's a good point. No one likes to be cold. But it's just the fact that, $40 at Walmart. Thank you. I just don't say it. I was saying at $50, please buy one. Because I'm telling you, it's worth the investment. I have a buddy cam. We were at a tree down. I had a guy at a gray BMW threaten us. I didn't have my body cam on. I wish I would have. It was in the wrong car, so I might have to invest in two because I have two vehicles. So, it's like, which car is the body cam in? But yeah, I mean, just be careful, people. Be very, very careful. When we were downtown with the Trump wagon, everything was recorded. Everything. I had the hatch up where I had to, where I sat. That was all recorded. Everything was recorded. There was a video camera to the back. There's one inside the car. There's one facing forward. And it paid off a couple times for the crazy people. So I think we're doing pretty good tonight. I think we only have one video, and this is Officer Tatum. Now, Officer Tatum is a great guy, former police officer. He is a talk show host, and he don't pull any punches. Yeah, I've turned my card 3 times. Right. And I don't know why. We talked about this at the fire department. Why don't these vehicles have cameras on them? I said, are you kidding me? Everything happens out there in a blink of an eye, unfortunately. So yeah, Brenda, go ahead and play.
Watch Wyatt take this victory and watch what he do to show respect to Donald Trump.
30 seconds left. Oh, he's to the left this side. He's sliding off. My God! Can you believe this? He leaps in there. It's 13 seconds. This guy, he has done it. 10 seconds. Captain America. Jones on the floor. He did it. Shut up, Rock.
I'm glad that he was the last match.
Wow. What the president say to you? He said he's very proud of me. I'm very proud of that. He came here to support his troops. I put on a show for him. I won him that national title.
This is a young man who's absolutely stunning when it comes to his performance. The fact that the winner loves America and loves our president was something that I thought was absolutely special. And the crowd erupted. And to do that in front of the president, get the salute, go and shake his hand, that's what America is all about. This makes me feel like America is back.
Yeah, I get that. Now, this guy, I believe, is in the Air Force. When I worked at the prison, I knew a guy. He was Air Force, and he looked like a wrestler. I said, "Were you a wrestler?" He's like, "Yeah, I wrestled for the Air Force." I'm like, "No, that's not a thing." He goes, "No, actually, we have a wrestling team." So this guy does heavyweight. The guy I knew, he was smaller guy, so he was probably featherweight. I guess that's what they call him. I don't know. But here is a video from Officer Tatum showing that it's okay to like his country. It's okay. You might not like it. I don't always agree with everything. I don't. But it's still okay. The veterans in the room, they'll tell you stories of the countries they've been in. When I went to Germany, the first word out of their mouth was in a safety briefing: do not refuse blood alcohol test, because they will grab you, they will break your nose, you will bleed on the slide, and you will give your blood, and you have no recourse. So these are how other countries are. Now here, I'm a kid from Harbor Creek. Cops drive around their cars. You see the Erie PD guys on their bikes. These guys were running like BMW high performance. They had a green one-piece suit helmet and an Uzi machine gun strapped to their back. Now this was in the 80s, man. This was the 80s. So you don't realize how good you have it until you don't. And that's why I said earlier, they love to cloak themselves in our freedoms, but then they piss on our flag and burn it and say how much they hate it. Like Trump said one time before, you don't like it here? Leave. Just leave. It's not, you're not bound to be here, but then then all the freebies are going away. And look at what they did. They're letting people self-deport. If you self-deport, you can come back in. You can apply and come back in. And of course, there was this whole big to-do about the Statue of Liberty. There was a bunch of videos out there. They're absolutely ridiculous. But this is the one video. It was a video Brenda took a screenshot. Keep it. We have our own. Now, I'm not saying send the Statue of Liberty back, because it's ours. I don't care. Some flunky guy in France doesn't like us. We don't particularly like you. We spilled a lot of blood to save your ass back in World War II. So that was the least you can do, saying thank you to all the lives from our men and women that lost their lives overseas. But I just had to, Brittany grabbed that. I saw that is absolutely hilarious. Now, Brittany, I guess you got like one more video left. Is that right? Oop. For you.
Yo, liberals, you think torching a Tesla is hurting Elon in any way when really you're putting more money in that man's pocket. You may as well be a Tesla salesman. Who knew that all these acts would actually just be making Tesla more money? Especially if the driver of that car you just torched has an outside insurance company. Once insurance does their claim and sees that crispy Tesla, they're gonna issue a check to pay that thing off. Then you know what happens? The owner goes right back to that Tesla dealership and gets themselves a brand new car. That means that Tesla's got them for 2 Teslas now. You didn't stick it to the man, you just handed him a bonus check. That's why I said in the beginning, you may as well call yourself a Tesla salesman. Because that means in the end, Tesla sold double the cars. Gosh, that downright sounds like you're putting more money into the pockets of an American company. I don't think that was your goal, though. Oh, wait, does that mean you guys secretly just have an issue with insurance companies and it's not really Tesla at all? Huh! Well, I guess it's just something for you to think about. Oh, and by the way, this is just for entertainment.
I was on TikTok and I found this lady and I followed her. I looked through her videos and I'm like, oh my God, she is so funny. And gets it. And it's just, they think that they're so smart, but they're actually helping the economy, building more Teslas that are American made. I'm not going to pick, let's just pick on Kias. Kias are made overseas, but Teslas are built here in the States. They're not cheap. Oh, I know. It just absolutely cracks me up. But yeah, I think that's all we had for the videos. Is that all the videos we had, Brendan? I tried to clip them along so we weren't at like 10 o'clock going. All right, play the last couple of videos. Are we good?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna go ahead and give you last call for if you wanted to call in. We'll take your call. Brendan's got the number up and down all over the place. 814-873-3612. That's my cell phone. If you want to call up and be a knucklehead, boop, you'll be deleted and blocked. We've been very blessed. We've had too many knuckleheads. But again, I wanted to say a hi to all the Democrats that are coming in and watching our show. Thank you for helping us get our numbers up. Thank you for putting more money into the kitty to pay our royalty fees for all the music we use. We appreciate that. And oh, so I know. Well, Toyota, you can't pick on Toyotas because Toyota trucks are made in Texas. Number one selling truck in Texas. It's the Toyotas. Good trucks. I was looking at one, and even a used Toyota with 100,000 miles is still like $40,000. Like, whew, no thanks. I'll keep my little Hummer and I'll keep patching her back up and getting her down the road. So yeah, I got it. So yeah, like I said, there's the number. If you like what you're seeing and you want to support us, here's the how to drop a few bucks into the kitty. We've had some great people that are listeners have helped support us, with new equipment upgrades. People donated some money so we can upgrade this and upgrade that. And we know it's stuff that you don't see, but it's stuff that makes the engine work better, which is the show. And it has to be good equipment to make sure we're not laggy. Like the cameras, we've got decent cameras. We've been really talking about some new cameras because these are autofocus, and sometimes if I move too quick, it confuses it. So we've been looking at some different cameras, but again, that's just a wish list, and we'll worry about the mechanical stuff when we get down the road. But other than that, like I said, last call for if you want to make a phone call, the number's up there. If not, I always give Brenda a minute to get the outro video ready. I want to personally thank you all for stopping by. I was going to say snowy, but it's not snowy. Let's a special shout out to Mean Old Bastards. They're a good supporter of the show. Gave us a nice hat. We will play their little ad and their schedule up here. Please support our local bands. We got a lot of cool local bands around here. My favorite one was the M80s. Oh, I love those guys. Hi, Coach Tim. How you doing, sir?
Hey, Brian. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Your ladies have been doing very well. You want to give us an update?
Yeah, sure. My junior Olympic archery development kid just did their first state tournament, and they
I think I lost you.
am I still there?
Yeah, you're there. Yeah, we got you.
Okay. We had two first place, the second place, a third place, a fourth place, and a sixth place finish for the juniors. Everyone is under 14.
I know. I follow you on social media, and I wanted to bring you back on, but it's like we've been trying to get some bigger folks coming in, talk about politics and stuff. But I appreciate your social media. I appreciate you calling in and give us an update on what you're doing. You should be proud.
I am very proud of them. They're all under 14 years old right now, and their first tournament, they did a really great job.
Oh yeah, no, it was nice to get. Maybe we'll have to work it out. Maybe bring. I don't know what's better, Sunday or Wednesday for you guys, because we're trying to do a Sunday matinee. Because in the mid afternoon, because some people don't like to stay up late on a work night. Blah blah blah. But yeah.
I'll ask the Gannon girls what works best for them.
Right. Yeah. Let me know what's best for them. Wednesdays, we do the 8:00 show, of course, or we do Sunday afternoons at 3 p.m. So if you want to bring them in at 3:30 or something, that'd be great.
Okay. Sounds great.
All right, man. Thanks for the update, Coach Tim. We appreciate it, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you. I appreciate all your support.
All right. We'll talk to you. Yeah, the girls up there again doing a great job. I mean, he's so proud of what he does. And, I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with an arrow if I had to. Now, I mean, I'm not totally bad with a crossbow, but it's got a sight on it and it's got a scope. So that probably puts it in there pretty good. And it gives you the nice little levels for distance so you can calculate your drops. So, yeah, other than that, it's been a great show. No, that's they do archery. Phew. Yeah. We had him on the show a couple weeks ago when the lady knights were out ready to do a big event, and they've had that event. Now they're starting other events. So we'll have Coach Tim back on here maybe on a Sunday afternoon. We get the girls together and shoot some arrows. Maybe I can go up there and shoot some arrows and see how bad I really am. Oh no, those girls would kick my ass. But yeah, other than that, yeah, we want Kim. Hello, Mr. Chuck Nelson. Hope we provided a safe place for you tonight. You know, because when we show up to your council meetings, it's nice that you give us a safe place that we can come in and laugh. But yeah, so he made a comment on on one of my posts the other day, and he got like I think one person liked his comment. It's like, dude, you're in the wrong world. Yeah. Okay. Well, Brenda, go ahead and roll out the outro song. And first, I want to thank you all for coming out.
Things were gone. I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. Sing it! God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
Everybody, thanks for coming out. We appreciate your time. We did pretty good. Only it's 9:26. We've only been barely an hour and a half. Usually it's almost 2. But you know, we tried to go through the videos pretty quick. Again, a special thank you for Brenda for keeping the show together, and all the people that are very supportive with their donations of stuff to help keep us up and running so we can talk to you and get your voice out there. We'll be back Sunday. Yeah, I don't have to work Sunday. Sunday at 3 p.m., same time, same bat channel for you folks that remember Batman. God bless. Watch your 6. Make sure you have some extra supplies on hand at your house. Make sure you have extra toilet paper. It's very important. And Shank out.